we start getting conditioned from the time we can hold up our little girl head, right? That head is getting filled up with what makes us valuable, what makes us worthy. And for little girls, that's generally being helpful, being kind, being sweet, right? And over time, it becomes our responsibility, in fact, to take care of other people. It's not just something we do naturally because we're wired that way and our neurological chemicals tell us, make us feel empathy, but it actually becomes how we earn our everything, how we earn love, how we earn value, how our self-esteem is allowed to bloom, right? We take care of other people's experience. So, it's funny, I was sitting in a diner the other day and there was a family with a little boy and a little girl, and they got a big cookie. And I was watching this. Diner is a great place to get information. And they split the cookie because it was really big. And one side was sort of like mangled and maybe about a quarter of the cookie. And the other one was 3/4 and nice, healthy, robust. And the little girl gave her brother the big side. And wouldn't you know, the parents jumping up and down. And I just laughed, that's it right there. We're rewarded for not having needs, really. And what's maybe a little more insidious than that is that there's this myth out there that we buy into, and it starts so young that it becomes a part of us, that we should be able to get our needs met by taking care of other people's needs, that should suffice for us. I had one friend who never orders dinner and just feeds her kids. And I one time said to her, why don't you order dinner? And she said, because I just get so much nourishment from watching them eat. And I thought, yes, but this is a giant myth we buy into, that's enough, that there's no separate self that also has needs that are not heresy, not about giving. They're not about giving. And what all of this sort of then becomes is a sort of relentless drive for likability. Likability. This becomes the background program playing all the time. How do I make you like me? How do I make you like me? How do I actually be what you would like me to be? Yeah. And the seed for this book might have started about 29 years ago, because it was probably the first year I was a therapist, and a woman came in, and I think what she said to me stayed with me all this time, which was, she was this incredibly connected, beautiful inside and out, had a lovely career, a lovely family, really rich life. And when I asked her, what are you doing here? What do you want? She said, I want a bolder and more authentic life. And I'm thinking, this is a pretty bold and authentic life and a bold and authentic woman. And then she said the thing that never left me. She said, and I want that bolder and more authentic life, even if it comes at the expense of my being so damn likable. And I don't think, in my mid-20s there, I knew what that meant. I don't think I knew that. I don't think I understood that. But boy, did I start to understand that later in my life. And again, it didn't come without fears. She was very quick to caution me, and I don't want you to turn me into a lady that lives with cats, right? Because the idea is, if I'm not likable, I'm going to be some sort of, freak of nature, right? That's the immediate assumption. But this likability cage is really something that we struggle with. And it's in the background, but it is ever present. I had a friend in the midst of COVID, right at beginning of 2021. And she had a friend coming into town that she was going to meet. And They get to the location where they're meeting, and he's not wearing a mask, but he's come straight from the airport. And guess what she did? She took off her mask. And when I asked her why she took off her mask, she said, I didn't want to make him feel dangerous. And that broke my heart, because there it was. She knew that she assumed she would be more likable if she also didn't wear a mask, because that's what he believed.